from James. And my parents have consented?
Yes. Your father has been very good. James is to have a living worth £400 a year as soon as he is old enough to take it. But that won't be for another 2 years, so we must wait that long before we marry. It seems it wasn't possible for your father to do anything for us immediately.
I'm sure Mr. Morland has behaved vastly handsome. If he finds he can do more by and by, I dare say he will. And Isabella's wishes are so moderate.
For myself, it's nothing. I never think of myself, but poor James. £400 a year is hardly enough for the common necessaries of life. But I suppose everybody has the right to do what they like with their own money.
I'm very sure that my father has promised as much as he can afford.
But Mr. Allen, I was sure, would do something for James. Perhaps he does not approve of his choice of bride.
Why should Mr. Allen do anything for James? Or for any of us? It was very kind of Mr. and Mrs. Allen to bring me to Bath, but none of us has any expectations from Mr. Allen.
My dear, sweet Catherine, you know I care nothing for money. If we could only be married tomorrow, I would be happy to live on £50 a year. But that's the sting. That's why you find me so cast down. The 2 years we must wait before dear Morland can have the living. Catherine, how will I endure it?
I can well understand how she feels. 2 years is a long time. But at least she can marry the man she loves. Not everyone is so fortunate.
No, I suppose not. How sad that is.
Yes, it is. But how many couples marry for love?
I believe my mother and father love each other even more than they love us. They love us very much. When I was a little girl, I used to think it was like that for everyone. It was only when I started to read novels that I realised it was not.
I shouldn't have thought one would have to read novels to find that out. I think you have had quite a dangerous upbringing.
Dangerous? How?
Well, it's as Henry says. You've been brought up to believe that everyone is as pure in heart as you are.
I don't think I'm very pure in heart.
Really, why?
I have the most terrible dreams sometimes.
What's the joke?
Nothing to concern you.
I love our walks. I think I should like to stay in Bath forever and go walking with you every day.
Unfortunately, that won't be possible.
Oh? Our father told us just this morning that he's determined on quitting Bath by the end of the week.
Oh.
Miss Morland. Capital. Excellent. Can you, Miss Morland, be prevailed on to quit this scene of public triumph and oblige us with your company at Northanger Abbey?
Northanger Abbey?
Well, Miss Morland, what do you say?
I'm very honoured, sir. If Mr. and Mrs. Allen agree, I should be delighted to accept.
Northanger Abbey? Aren't you frightened to go there on your own?
I confess I am a little.
Well, I dare say it'd be very thrilling for you. I do hope you don't forget me, Catherine. Or our dearest John.
No, indeed.
No need to be coy. I heard from him today that you and he are as good as engaged.
Indeed we are not.
Useless to dissemble, my dear. Your secret's out. He says in his letter, not half an hour before he left Bath, you gave him the most positive encouragement. He says he as good as made you an offer.
No. No, there must be some mistake. Your brother must have misunderstood me, and I certainly had no idea he thought he was making me an offer. Please, undeceive him and beg his pardon.
Oh. Well, I dare say we should all be allowed a little harmless flirtation.
There was no flirtation. Not on my side.
And if no one were allowed to change their minds, where would we all be? Perhaps it's for the best after all.
Isabella, please understand me once and for all.
Shh, he comes. Who? Tilney, of course. Oh, it wouldn't have this happen for the world. Look away, perhaps he's not seeing us.
What? Always to be watched. In person or by proxy.
Nonsense. My spirit, you know, is pretty independent.
I wish your heart were independent. That would be enough for me.
My heart? What can you have to do with hearts? None of you men have hearts.
But we have eyes. And they give us torment enough.
I think Mrs. Allen and your mother are expecting us. Will you come, Isabella?
You go. And tell them I'll follow. And if I shouldn't see you, write and tell me all your news from Northanger.
Come along, lad. 4 minutes late already, coming from Milsom Street.
I'm sure Miss Morland won't keep you waiting, Father.
Oh, Catherine, my dear, quickly. They're here. How grand. A chase and 4. You never aspired to that, Mr. Allen.
No, indeed. Well, Catherine, we shall miss you.
Thank you for all your kindness. It has been such a happy time.
There, my dear.
I shall be sharp about it. These great folks don't like to be kept waiting.
Miss Morland, 1,000 pardons for our late arrival. My eldest son must bear the blame. He stays on in Bath. Now, my dear Miss Morland, I have a proposal. As it is a fine day, how should you like to travel in the curricle with my son Henry? You will enjoy the air and be better able to see the country. It is, of course, entirely up to you.
I should like that very much.
Hmm.